Councillors, welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. I'm the Mayor, Councillor Virginia Tarkos. I declare this meeting open at 7:11 p.m. I would like to welcome the members of the public who have joined us in the chamber tonight and online. Members of the public attending council meetings are expected to behave respectfully at all times and not permitted to engage with councillors or council officers during the course of the meeting. This includes directing loud and inappropriate comments towards councillors and officers, or make noise that impacts council's ability to conduct its meeting. All persons present tonight have a right to feel safe and be treated with respect. Council will not tolerate any behaviour that threatens the safety of anyone present in the chamber or which disrupts the ability for council to conduct its business on behalf of the community. You will be asked to leave the meeting if your behaviour is inappropriate, disruptive or rude. All members of the gallery are required to pre-register their attendance at council meetings to support a safe and secure environment for all participants whilst allowing council to conduct an orderly meeting. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the direction of council officers and the emergency procedures on the wall near the door. A recording of this meeting tonight will be played straight after the meeting due to technical issues in connecting with our online provider. Item 1, please stand for the acknowledgement of country. On behalf of Brimbank City Council, I respectfully acknowledge and recognise the Wurundjeri and Boonwurrung peoples as the traditional custodians of this land and pay respect to their elders past, present and future. Council commitment. I ask all councillors remain standing for the council commitment. Others may be seated. As the council, we will act in the best interests of Brimbank community and consider the immediate and long-term impacts of our decisions. We will make on these decisions fairly and without bias. We will uphold all our obligations under the laws of Victoria and council's local laws, and we will act in accordance with the Model Councillor Code of Conduct. Councillors, please be seated. Apologies, leave of absence. Councillor Maria Kerr, the Deputy Mayor, has submitted an apology for this meeting. Disclosure of conflicts of interest. Are there any declarations of conflicts of interest? There are none. Item 5, designation of all items confidential. May I have a mover of a motion to designate items as confidential, please? Councillor Borg.
I'll move the motion as per shared screen.
Do I have a seconder? Councillor Trong.
I second under lie on the screen. Thank you, Madam.
All those in favour? Motion carried. Confirmation of minutes of previous meeting. May I have a mover of a motion to confirm the minutes of the previous meeting? Councillor Nikolic.
I'm happy to move the motion as per the shared screen to accept our minutes.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Dwinan Pham.
I second the motion as is printed. Thank you.
Okay. All those in favour? Motion carried. We move now to condolences. There is one item of condolence this evening, 7.1, and that is for Vuk Stojic. Can I have a mover, please, of this motion? Councillor Nikolic. A seconder, please. Councillor Runkarasic.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Councillor Nikolic, would you like to speak?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. A few days ago, we unexpectedly lost Vuk Stojic, a 16-year-old junior player at Westgate Singelich Football Club in Ardia, with the whole world ahead of him. I spoke to the club's president, Bobby, today, who described Vuk, which translates to wolf, as a fanatic soccer player, deeply dedicated and passionate, and part of their community since the age of 5. His teammates also observed a minute's silence in tribute to him the other evening. Words cannot express losing a young soul that's gone too soon from our community, or the unimaginable pain and grief his family is experiencing. There's no condolence that can be said to make things better, So I'll just read a portion of a statement from his GoFundMe, which was set up by his friends to ease the burden on his family. And I'm really proud that the community has banded together to raise more than $140,000. They've said, "We don't really know how to put into words the loss of someone like Vuk, because he wasn't just one thing to us. He was our friend, our brother, the person who could make us laugh when nothing else could. Vuk was the kind of person everyone knew. It didn't matter if you were older, younger, or the same age as him. He talked to everyone, joked with everyone, and made everyone feel like they belonged. Little kids loved him, adults respected him, and to us, his friends, he was someone we could always count on. He had this way of lighting up a whole room just by being in it. We always knew when Vuk was around because there would be laughter. He loved the game soccer more than anything, being on the field and playing the game, being with his teammates and doing 1v1s with his uncle Miller. That's where he was happiest. The same went for school. Vuk was an incredible student, someone his teachers were proud of every single day. He worked hard, he was respectful, and he had a future that so many people believed in. His teachers loved him, his friends looked up to him, and his family couldn't have been more proud. Vuk was loved by so many people, and losing him has changed all of our lives forever. Things won't feel the same without his laugh, his jokes, his energy, and the way he made everyone feel like they mattered. From behalf of our team, may he rest in peace."
Councillor Rasic.
Yes, thank you. A few days ago, we lost Vuk Stojic, just 16 years old. A life so young, taken far too soon. Although I didn't have the chance to know Vuk personally, I knew of him throughout our community, and that alone speaks the volume. At just 16, he had so much life ahead of him, so many moments yet to experience and dreams yet to unfold. A loss like this does not only belong to one family, it touches all of us. To his family, there are no words that can truly ease your pain. But please know you are not alone. We stand with you. We grieve with you. Even if his time was short, his presence mattered. He will be remembered, and his life will always have meaning. May he rest in peace. And I would like to send my condolences to Stojic family. Thank you.
Councillor Dang, did you have your hand up? Yes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to join my fellow councillor, Councillor Rasic and Councillor Nikolic, to express my deepest condolences on the passing of Vuk, a much loved and dedicated Westgate Football Club junior player since the age of 5. His loss is felt deeply across his family, his teammates, and the wider community. So tonight we honor his memory and extend our heartfelt sympathy to all his loved ones. May Vuk rest in peace.
Anyone else? I'd like to express my condolences to the Stojic family, immediate friends, and to the soccer club as well. Thank you. Can I have a show of hands all in favour? Sorry, did you want to speak to the motion?
Just briefly, Madam Mayor, I would also like to join my fellow councillors in passing on the condolences to Vuk family and mates. No words can describe the raw emotions of grief, and looks like he already made an impact on his mates and those who knew him, and he will be a guiding light to all of them. My condolences to his family and friends and schoolmates and his mates at the football club. Thank you.
Items of congratulations this evening. We move to public question time. Before we move to public question time, I would like to note that there are a number of ways that the community can ask questions or provide feedback to council outside the public question time process. This includes submitting inquiries or feedback through Council's website, phoning Council, visiting Council's service desk, or contacting councillors directly. These options help ensure matters can be directed through the appropriate channels and follow-up. Mr. Balava, I understand we have received questions from members of the public.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Our first group of questions, we have received 2 questions from Emily Black and 1 from Catherine Sobey in relation to noise emitting devices. In accordance with Rule 55.14 of the Brimbank governance rules, these like questions are grouped together and a single answer will be provided. The 3 questions can be summarised as: can Council please explain the decision-making process for the installation of anti-homeless noise-emitting devices in the car park next to the Sunshine Leisure Centre, and how Council justifies permitting the use to address the social justice issue of homelessness in a public space? Will Council reconsider their use in light of public condemnation, including the WA government's criticism and removal of similar devices in the City of Perth?
Council has not installed anti-homeless devices and does not use hostile architecture in public places. Brimbank Council proudly provides significant support for people experiencing homelessness, both directly and in partnership with government and community agencies. Officers understand the alarms referred to are those in the fire exits of the multi-deck car park nearby, which is required to be kept at all clear at all times. The alarms help to ensure that the fire exits are clear and allow safe exit, which is a legal responsibility of the council. Since becoming aware that this noise level could be heard outside the car park, the volume has been reduced. No such alarms are used in public spaces in Brimbank.
The next question is from Shefton Parker. What is Council doing about missing and or vandalised street trees? Has an order/count been done? If so, and when will these trees will be placed?
Council has assessed 222 discrete areas covering all of Brimbank within Brimbank to determine which areas most are in need for the planting of missing and or vandalised street trees. These audits are conducted using heat vulnerability mapping, requests from residents for nature strip trees, and visual inspections. This information then results in a priority planting program for implementation with around 4,000 street trees planted each year.
Michelle McGurr has asked, what methods were used to analyse the Domestic Animal Management Plan 2026 to 2029 consultation open from 7th to the 8th of October, 7th September to 8th of October 2025? What was the review process for the analysis, and how many changes to the document were undertaken as a direct result of feedback?
Yes, I remember this draft plan, and there was extensive consultation for the Council's Domestic Animal Management Plan 26 to 29 was undertaken in accordance with the required public consultation processes via Council's Your Say portal and written submissions during the consultation period. Feedback was assessed along with the evidence used to develop the dam and its programs. Objections were considered, including the reasons behind them, to inform implementation approaches that achieve the plan's objectives while minimising community impacts. While the consultation did not result in all the changes to the dam, the feedback received will inform implementation strategies, particularly for the cat containment initiative. And I do remember we had very, very strong debate on this within the chamber as well, representing all the diverse views of the community.
Council has received additional questions from Ms. McGurr. However, in accordance in Rule 55.7 of the Brimbank governance rules, this question has been disallowed and will not be read or responded to. So our next question is from Daryl Dorgan. How much does Council pay each year to the Municipal Association of Victoria?
For the 25-26 financial year, Council's MAV membership subscription is $90,624.60, inclusive of GST. The MAV plays an important role supporting the sector in procurement, insurance, training, collaboration, especially in advocating on behalf of Victorian councils to the state and federal governments on key local priorities. Just to give an example, last week I participated in the MAV, the Future is Local campaign launch, and for the upcoming state election, where I was part of the panel advocating for critical local infrastructure priorities, including upgrades to Taylor's Road and the Sunshine Super Hub.
Daryl's second question is, why are 5 councils, including Brimbank, collectively providing a total annual amount of $281,060 to fund the Lead West Committee when the attendees from each council are already being paid?
Brimbank is one of 5 member councils that make up Lead West Joint Delegated Committee, a key regional advocacy alliance representing Melbourne's West. Lead West enables member councils to present a coordinated and stronger collective voice on shared priorities, similar to other advocacy alliances such as the M9 Alliance for Inner Metropolitan Councils, which we are not part of. Each Lead West member council pays an annual membership fee that covers the employee costs and advocacy activities undertaken by the Alliance on behalf of the region. Committee delegates are not paid for being part of Lead West Committee.
Nesta Evangelista asks, residents of Carnley have formally requested that the state government include a swimming pool in the new development plan for the southern part of the suburb. The state government has reportedly rejected the proposal. Given this feedback, the question arises, does the local council have any leverage to advocate for a reversal of this decision?
Council's advocacy priorities for 25-27 were determined through community consultation, and a new sports aquatic and community hub in the planned Carnley estate was not identified as a current priority. Council's investment decisions and advice to the state government are guided by the Sports Facility Development Plan 23 and the Draft Community Services and Infrastructure Plan of 26, which set the framework for future community and sports infrastructure across the municipality.
Mr. Evangelista has also asked, what steps can council take to address the health risks associated with the use of nitrous oxide? If the matter falls outside council's jurisdiction, could the council advocate for stricter state regulations on the sale of nitrous oxide?
Nitrous oxide, otherwise also known as NANGs, is the sale and regulation of nitrous oxide products sits primarily with a state government jurisdiction. The Mayor, myself, has recently written to the Minister of Environment seeking a meeting to discuss toxic substances in Brimbank and their associated health risks. Should a meeting eventuate, we can raise nitrous oxide canister issues. And I know there's been a proliferation of these across Brimbank. Council officers can also continue to collaborate with relevant stakeholders, including Victoria Police, health services and youth services, to ensure the issue is monitored and that appropriate education and harm reduction responses are considered.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. They are all the questions for tonight.
Thank you. Item 10 is petitions. There is one petition to be received this evening, and that's 10.1, withdraw parking fines issued following changes to Sunday parking restrictions in streets surrounding Holy Eucharist Parish. Can I have a mover of the motion, please? Councillor Farm?
So I move the motion as a printed paper. Thank you.
Do I have a seconder, please? Councillor Nikolic?
I second the motion to accept the petition.
I put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? Motion carried. We now move to minutes reports of delegated committees. There is 1 minute of delegated committees, and that is Lead West Joint Delegated Committee. Do I have a mover of the motion? Councillor Nguyen?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to move the motion as per the shared screen.
Do I have a seconder? Councillor Borg?
I'll second the motion, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
I'll put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? Motion carried. Councillors, we now move to item 12, officer reports. There are 6 officer reports for consideration by council tonight. If you have your own motions this evening, you must draft these motions and provide them to governance team via email so that they may be shared on screen and form part of the meeting. Otherwise, we may have to we may have to defer the matter until the motion has been written, allowing the meeting to proceed uninterrupted. We start off with 12.1. Planning Activity Update and Delegate Decisions, Planning Scheme Amendments Update, February 26, Director Kelvin Walsh.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The purpose of this report is to provide Council with the status of planning permit applications and trends in planning approvals in our city, and also provide you line of sight on decisions made under delegated authority during the month of February 2026. Regarding any planning applications or other planning matters, and also to provide you a status update on any planning scheme amendments that we have afoot. The officer recommendation is that you note both the planning activity update and delegated decisions, as well as the decisions detailed at attachment 1, and also that you note the status update on planning scheme amendments. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Are there any questions to Director Walsh? If not, can I have a mover, please, of this report? Councillor Dang.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move the report at per share screen.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Nguyen? Councillor Chung, sorry.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I second more light on the screen. Thank you.
Councillor Dang, would you like to speak to the report?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Sunshine is undergoing major change, and we need clear and coordinate leadership to guide it. The Sunshine CBD Partnership Group has long been a key forum for council, government, industry, and community to work together. With major transport projects and new development underway, this is the right time to review and strengthen the term of reference.
Sorry, Councillor Dang, to stop you, but I think it's the wrong report. It's 12.2.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
That's quite okay. So we'll just go back to the second. Did anyone want to speak to this report? If not, I'll put it to the vote. All those in favour? Carried. I move to 12.2, and that's the Sunshine CBD Partnership Group, revised draft terms of reference, and I'll hand it over to Director Walsh.
Thank you again, Madam Mayor. The purpose of this report is to provide Council with revised terms of reference for the Sunshine Partnership Group, revised name being the Sunshine CBD Partnership Group, for consideration. The Partnership Group has been in operation since 2011, and it's an important dialogue between our local community and Council as an advisory group. As happens periodically, we revise the terms of reference. The major changes this revision cycle is in the change, reflecting the increasing importance of Sunshine in metropolitan Melbourne, so revising the name to Sunshine CBD, reflecting its important role in Melbourne's west and the broader metropolitan area. And councillors will also notice the adjustment to the membership group or the membership composition to take it up to 24 members, and also rejigging some of the representation to provide broader government representation on the group, and also enabling community representation as well. I will point out to councillors that there is a minor typographical error in the terms of reference attachment, just where we refer to on page 57 up to 4, and then in brackets 5 representatives of the community. It is actually 5 representatives of the community, reflecting the total number of 24. And the officer recommendation is that council adopt the revised terms of reference as detailed in attachment 1 with that minor typographical correction I just mentioned. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Walsh. Are there any questions to Director Walsh? Okay, can I have a mover of this report, please? Councillor Crook.
I move the report as per the shared screen.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder? Councillor Dang.
I second it. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councillor Crook, would you like to speak to the report?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. It's definitely an exciting time for Sunshine, and as state and federal government have announced funding for the area and huge developments on progress and on track, I've received countless calls and emails with people voicing their opinions and concerns for the area. So I'm really proud to announce and endorse this change to the committee, the Sunshine CBD Partnership Group, where we are significantly expanding the group to include public consultation. We're expanding it to include 1 rep from the Sunshine Business Association, 4 people from Sunshine CBD businesses, 3 reps from local property owners or property developers, and 5 reps from local community groups, including two residents that can join the group. So there'll be a expression of interest posted online and a selection committee. So if you're interested in any of these posts, please take a look for the expression of interest and apply. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Dang.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As Councillor Cook had mentioned, so Sunshine is undergoing major change and with new development underway. So this is the right time to review and strengthen the term of reference. So as Councillor Cook has shared about the membership, so I think that broadening membership and updating the group roles will help us to stay aligned and ensure the community voice is part of these major investments. So I commend this report to Council as it strengthens the partnership group to lead Sunshine with clear direction into its next page. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to speak to this report? Okay, I'll put it to the vote. All those in favour? Report carried. 12.3, Draft Sunshine Rising Place Management Framework 26 to 31. I'll hand it over to Director Kelvin Walsh.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is sits very comfortably with the previous report, being the purpose of this report is for Council to consider endorsing the Draft Sunshine Rising Place Management Framework, which is attached at attachment 1 for the purpose of community and stakeholder consultation. This document is a foundation document for how we work with the local Sunshine business community and the users of Sunshine CBD to lift the amenity and make it a more accessible and enjoyable place for people to spend time. Council, the officer recommendation here is that you note the Draft Sunshine Rising Place Management Framework as attached and endorse it for the purpose of community consultation. And then, of course, that you would receive a report regarding that community consultation at a future council meeting, providing you with information on the feedback that we receive. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Director Walsh. Are there any questions to the Director? Can I have a move for the motion? Councillor Crook?
I move the report as per the shared screen.
Can I have a seconder, please? Councillor Borg?
I'll second the report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Cook, would you like to speak to the report?
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. I have to say, now is an exciting time to live and work in Sunshine. The area is booming and with plans in place to enhance its identity with more growth and strategic planning in the pipeline. I'd like to read a quote here from this place management framework. By 2031, Sunshine will be the CBD of the West, a vibrant, safe and culturally rich centre powered by a strong business community and connected public spaces with major transport and investment shaping our future. I mean, I couldn't be prouder living in the area and representing the people of the area. And we are doing this through this framework. And it's not just a bunch of words and waffle on a page. We're putting in metrics in the framework as well to show our success and to demonstrate how we'll achieve these results. And we'll uplift the area supporting homelessness and improving the general safety and well-being of the area as well. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Borg, would you like to speak to the report?
Yes, I do, Madam Mayor. I also want to endorse Councillor Crook's sentiments. It certainly is a very exciting time for us regarding Sunshine. The strategic position of Sunshine in metropolitan Melbourne is highly recognized. It is central to the economic, civic, and cultural life of Melbourne's West. Indeed, the state government designated it as Metropolitan Activity Centre, a national employment and innovative cluster, a priority precinct, and a transport super hub. The focus of this framework is to manage Sunshine's performance and make sure it remains vibrant, responsive, and capable of meeting current community and economic needs. I'm very much looking forward to the feedback from the community. Thank you.
Great. Would anyone else like to speak to this report? I'll put the report to the vote. All those in favour? Report carried. 12.4, final draft community grants policy. I'll hand it over to Director Lindley Dumble.
Thank you, Mayor. This report presents the final draft community grants policy 2026. The grant program offers financial assistance to eligible not-for-profit organisations, incorporated community groups and individuals to deliver projects, events and activities that benefit our community. The Brimbank Community Grants Program currently disseminates $600,000 of grant funding annually. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions to Director Dumble? Can I have a mover for the report? Councillor Borg?
I'll move the report as per shared screen.
Do I have a seconder? Councillor Bausch?
Madam Mayor, I second this report as per shared screen.
Okay. Councillor Borg, would you like to speak to the report?
Just briefly, Madam Mayor, the first draft of this policy has already come to Council. No significant changes have been made as a result of the consultation. I want to thank all the participants that contributed during the consultation process. I commend this report to Council.
Thank you. Councillor Bausch?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This final draft grants policy ensures our grants program is fair, transparent, and aligns with our community priorities. We are Brimbank. It strengthens governance, reduces risk, and supports community groups to deliver projects that make a real difference for our Brimbank residents. At $600,000 a year, it's a great amount which overshadows neighbouring councils such as Wyndham. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to speak to the report? Councillor Pham?
Just want to echo whatever fellow councillor have been said, but also want to share that community really appreciate that they receive community grants, even like 1,000, 2,000 or a bigger amounts. Because when I myself attend community event, and they said to me, "Oh, we can do this because of you guys." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Through your community grant." And I hope that we get that in next year. So that means a lot to us when we hear that, bringing joy, bringing connection to community group, but also with other like big festival and all that. We also bring in our tourism economy as well, like visitor economy, that I have to say. So, this is the way that we give back to community group organization within our city and making a meaning for them. Thank you.
I put the report to the vote. All those in favour? Report carried. I move to 12.5, the Governance Report, March 2026, and I will hand over to Director Hill.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This month's governance report contains standard items presented to Council, including a summary of recent governance activity, the contracts entered into and work orders approved in accordance with the Section 7 Instrument of Subdelegation, and the councillor declarations of representations by Member of Parliament. Council is also asked to note the councillor support expenses for quarters 1 and 2 of the 25-26 financial year, note the attendances of councillors attending the ALGA National General Assembly for 2026, note the minutes of the most recent Audit and Risk Committee, reappoint Mick Jench for a further 3 years as an independent member of the Audit and Risk Committee, and note the biannual update on the Good Governance Action Plan that will be presented to the Minister for Local Government. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Are there any questions in regards to this governance report? Can I have a mover for the report? Councillor Nguyen?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I move the report as per the shared screen.
Do I have a seconder? Councillor Chung?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm second order live on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Nguyen? Would you like to speak to the report?
No, thank you.
Councillor Chung, would you like to speak to the report?
No, thank you.
Can we just have the report move with the names? Okay. Would anyone else like to speak to the report? So I'll put the report to the vote. All those in favour? Report carried. The last item is 12.6 Quarterly Advocacy Report, March 26, and I'll hand over to Director Hill.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This quarterly report outlines a number of advocacy highlights for Brimbank over the past quarter. One of the most significant developments was the joint federal and state government announcement at Sunshine Station on the 25th of February to advise the construction of Melbourne Airport Rail has begun and included the release of the early designs for the new Sunshine interchange. The report also outlines progress on Council's advocacy campaign to fix Taylor's Road, with a launch event set to take place on the morning of the 28th of March. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you for that. Are there any questions for Director Hill? Can I have a mover of the motion? Councillor Nguyen?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to move the motion as per the shared screen.
Seconder, Councillor Rasic?
I second the motion as per shared screen.
Thank you. Councillor Nguyen, would you like to speak?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to speak to 2 points. Firstly, quick update on Lead West. We've had a really active start to the year as we're heading towards the state election. At our February meeting, we endorsed a number of key priority documents and updated our position statements, which put us in a stronger position to keep pushing our priorities for the West. We've also made progress in preparation for our Let's Get It Done campaign, including the branding and rollout, which will drive our advocacy in the lead up to the election. And excitingly, we just recently had our launch event for the state election advocacy priorities at Parliament House a few weeks ago. And that was a great opportunity to engage directly with ministers, MPs, and our other stakeholders. And with these advocacy priorities, we're continuing to push for major transport investments, including the delivery and fast tracking of Melbourne Airport Rail and the Sunshine Precinct to ensure the West gets the infrastructure it needs to match anticipated growth. And the second point is regarding ongoing community odour concerns. In the last couple of months, councillors have been hearing directly from residents across multiple areas within our municipality about persistent odour concerns. These concerns are consistent and they are serious. Many residents have told us that they're unable to open their windows or use reverse air conditioning, or they're unable to go outside, and in some cases unable to live comfortably inside their homes. These persistent odours are unacceptable, and I want to acknowledge that it's deeply frustrating and distressing to our community. Everyone has the right to feel safe and comfortable in their homes, and everyone has the right to breathe clean, quality air. These persistent odour concerns are not simply an inconvenience, it's impacting people's quality of life on a daily basis. And we as councillors take these concerns really seriously, as it potentially impacts on people's health and well-being as well. But unfortunately, it's not something council can resolve on our own. So we're advocating to the EPA to take these concerns seriously. And I also want to take this moment to call on the Minister for Environment to respond to Mayor Taka's request for an urgent meeting. This meeting is a vital step in ensuring that our community concerns are heard at the highest level and that we see real progress on the ground. Our community deserves to live in a clean and safe environment. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Rusich, would you like to speak?
Thank you. I would like to speak on Tellers Road. I want to say how pleased I am to see council taking the next step in the campaign to fix Taylor's Road. This is an issue that I have been advocating for many years. I raised it repeatedly, moved motions on it, and worked hard to ensure it stays firmly on the agenda because our community deserves safe and better roads. I campaigned on this as a member of the community and as a councillor. I continue to push for progress because the people who live, work and travel along Taylor's Road now just know just how important these upgrades are. The road is heavily congested at all peak times, and with the population continuously to grow, it no longer meets the demand. This is now an urgent concern for Brimbank community and beyond. So it is genuinely encouraging to see this current council continuing the work that was started previously. This kind of continuing is exactly what our community needs when good ideas and important projects are carried forward. I'm very happy to support this next step in this campaign. As our director mentioned, Fix Taylor's Road campaign officially kicks off on Saturday, the 28th of March. And the campaign will aim to compel the state government and other parties to commit to declare Taylor's Road as a state-managed major arterial road, followed by its duplication. This is great work and can't wait to see progress. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Would anyone else like to speak? Councillor Nikolic.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just to touch on, continue from Councillor Arshich, that Taylor's Road is obviously no longer fit for purpose. On the Melton side, we've got about 20,000 vehicles travelling a day, which equates for Brimbank to about 2,000 an hour. This is an additional stressor on our community. It's eroding personal family time, but also access to work and essential services. So we're calling on resident stories to help strengthen our call for change and its duplication. So I thought it was very fitting that I read out some of the residents' own accounts that have been sent to me in the last few months. One resident, Sarah, has lived there for 11 years. She describes this as a bottleneck and the situation becoming unbearable. She's expressed, for lack of better analogy, driving on this road is like driving in the Wild West. I live on Kings Park side of the road, so when I need to go in the opposite direction, I have to turn right. On one occasion, after safely entering the lane closest to my side and getting to the traffic island in the middle of the two lanes, I waited for the other lane to clear up. I saw a big enough gap I was about to turn into the lane, but the car that would have been behind me sped up and stopped in front of my car. The driver just stared at me for a minute or two, then stuck up his middle finger before driving off. On another occasion, the driver mouthed some obscenities at me. Another resident said, "I'm a secondary teacher who travels from Delahaye to the northern suburbs every morning and every afternoon. Taylor's Road is vital for its daily commutes and our overall safety. And one that I get on the daily is, do you have any information regarding if it's going ahead or not?" So I invite everyone to come and join us next Saturday in front of Dolce, exactly where we want the duplication to occur. Hopefully we can use these voices to strengthen our call for action. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Would anyone else like to? Councillor Borg.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just briefly, I also would like to endorse what my fellow councillors have said and to highlight once again the importance of advocacy on council's priorities, which continue to play a significant role, especially this year being a state election year. Transforming Brimbank, mental health, homelessness and housing are our gold priorities. And of course, we've got the application of Taylor's Road and how important it is to raise awareness about it, both at community and state government levels. It's also worth mentioning that this report also includes the successful 4 grant applications, and it's always great to see such success. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? Councillor Pham?
I just want to also highlight the community safety component is listed in our silver priority for Brimbank. And as the former mayor, Councillor Thuy Dang, wrote to Police Minister on Anthony Cabinet last October to call for more police resources in Brimbank. In early February, it was reported in the Harrison that the number of police officers in Brimbank fell from 151 in December 2024 to 126 in December 2025. So this reduction of 25 officers is the largest drop across all Victorian LGAs, and confirms council concern that police number in Brimbank have become inadequate. So in response to that, council issued a social media post that appealed to the Harrison and result in a second article which outlined council concern and advocate ask for greater police resources in Brimbank municipality. So following the article, Channel 9 News conduct an interview with the Mayor Tarkos that was broadcast on Channel 9 News on 11th of February. So we really take community safety in our account and act on it, not just, do nothing about it, as a lot of people say. But I hope that we can get a better result in the future after all this work that we've done. And also with the early intervention advocacy, that the announcements from Minister of Mental Health in which state announced 33 million investment to boost the youth early intervention services and community safety. So that includes the rollout of new programs coordinated by the new Violence Reduction Unit, allows 6 community support groups, 3 of which are based in Melton, Brimbank, and Wyndham, to deliver new youth employment program, open training and job opportunities designed for multicultural young people. So I think that's a great achievement to mention as well for the youth, especially youth in the West. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak to this report? Councillor Bausch?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I was speaking in regards to the community safety, and I'm going to echo with our councillor who just spoke, Councillor Pham. And again, it makes it clear that our community is being neglected. Police numbers have dropped in Brimbank, like the previous councillor said, and it's not just any drop, the largest decrease of Victoria police numbers across all Victorian LGAs, local government areas. As you stated, we've dropped from 151 in 2024 to now 126 officers. We are now at a point where Victoria police numbers in Brimbank have become desperately inadequate. Council concerns and advocacy ask for greater police resources in Brimbank. Brimbank continues to witness an increase in crime, and this neglect puts our residents at risk. It's not just a minor issue, but a major policing failure throughout the years. As this state issue, council has been advocating for more police. The state government's aware, the opposition's aware, and our community is well aware, as we live through it every day of our life, with the consequences every day, as you see in the news. We cannot fix this on a local government or council level. It's far beyond what we can fund, and on the contrary, we already fund our compliance officers patrolling St Albans every day. Our community deserves better and to be safe on our own streets. So they deserve to be represented and see where their taxes are actually going to. Residents deserve to be home or on the streets without being a victim of crime. This is because of successive governments having failed to invest in the West. It's only 8 months away till the state election, and this is the moment of truth for the state government and the opposition to show our community that they're actually listening. Crime has increased by nearly 9% in Brimbank last year, yet we lost 17% of our police officers in Brimbank. It simply doesn't make sense. And in addition, Kilo Downs Police Station doesn't even operate 24 hours a day, and it's more like 22 and a half hours per week. That's right, 7.5 hours a day, 3 days a week. And likewise for Caroline Springs. And between these stations, the 24-hour stations are Melton and Sunshine, and it's 30 kilometres apart. And in comparison, Paran and St Kilda Police, who are both 24-hour stations, are only about 2.9 kilometres apart. So talk is not a commitment. We need real action. We need more police now, and for this issue to be recognised as a state responsibility, and we need to fix it now. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Crook.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to firstly thank my councillor colleague, Councillor Lucy Nguyen, for her fantastic speech, speaking of the advocacy priorities that we're focusing on, and her great work on the Lead West Committee. I'd just like to address something. I've been reading some concerning comments online with some naysayers saying that this advocacy is fake advocacy, fake photo shoot advocacy, or virtue signalling. I just want to point out that we've already seen real tangible results from the advocacy that we do. And this is real public fueled advocacy. We are listening to our residents and our business owners. We hear you and we see you. We've already seen some fruits of our labour, such as the Sunshine Super Hub, some improvements in the plan there with a new cycling link and pedestrian crossing, intersection upgrades and bus interchange upgrades. We've been successful in over $700,000 in state government grants, which address activity centre upgrades and park upgrades. And we've already seen 10 new school bus services. And this is from the advocacy that we're doing right now. And now we're advocating for improvements to our odour pollution, policing and public safety. And of course, the Taylor's Road upgrade, to name a few of the upgrades and advocacy priorities there. When I read through these priorities here, I sort of think to myself, if not now, when? These are the needs of our residents. They're asking for this, not because they want it, but because they need it. I encourage those in doubt to look at this advocacy with an open lens and see the good work that council and councillors are doing. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak to the report? I'll put the report to the vote. Sorry, did you want to speak, Councillor Trung?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just would like to add the short notes that I hear the feedback from the member in the community. They really concerned about the safety in the Brimbank, especially is the third shock of the police station in Kilo. But we hear a lot of English about criminal or stolen burglary in the Brimbank. So I think that is at the local government, we need to focus and look at this about safety for the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other people that would like to speak? I'll put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? Motion carried. Thank you. We move to item 13, notices of motion. There are no notices of motion tonight. Item 14, notices of rescission. There are no notices of rescission. Item 15, urgent business. CEO, is there any urgent business for tonight?
No, Madam Mayor, there is no urgent business. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 16, confidential business. There is only one item of confidential business. May I have a mover of a motion to close the meeting in accordance with the section 66(2)(a) of the Local Government Act 2020 to members of the public for consideration of item 16.1, which has been designated confidential. Do I have a mover? Councillor Farm.
I move the motion that the is in favour. Thank you.
Do I have a seconder? Councillor Brasich.
I second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone who is currently viewing this. Oh, sorry. Seconded. All those in favour? Sorry. Motion carried. I'd like to thank everyone who is currently viewing this meeting. The meeting is now closed to the members of public at 8:05 and will not reopen to the public at the conclusion of the confidential business. Thank you to all for attending and for your interest in tonight's meeting. I instruct Channel 31 to stop live streaming this meeting.